That's
And
funny.
it's
It's funny to pull down... slime that, Jill. Otherwise, sometimes it hurts you. It's funny when people, will destroy their own allies. That's something I've noticed with these activist types in general, is they always cannibalize themselves and destroy their allies that they could have and have had throughout history,
Right.
and alienate themselves to the point where no one cares. Like, look at Black Lives Matter now. No one cares anymore. Right. I don't mean no one cares about black people, but I mean, like, that movement. It's so tarnished in most people's eyes.
Tarnished from Elden Ring?
Yeah, rise tarnished and buy a mansion. It's so tarnished in most people's eyes, even black people, that they don't really believe in the movement. I remember there was a recent poll on this. You should know.
The door's controlled by that chain.
There was a recent poll where it was, like, conducted online, and it was kind of like how many people approve of Black Lives Matter. And it was far less than immediately after the death of George Floyd.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying, is, like, that's kind of bad. Like, you would think it should increase, right? Like, shouldn't more people be on board? Because he still died. It's not like somebody brought him back and now he's fine or something. Like, he's still gone. And other people have died since then. And there's proportionally more poor black people than white people. I'm not saying white people aren't poor, but I'm saying proportionally there are. Or they're in worse neighborhoods and stuff. None of that's changed. If anything, the public perception of your group should have risen in positivity and popularity.
Right.
If it was managed well, especially because it's a group. I think you could just destroy the chain, possibly.
Oh, okay.
It was just an idea. I guess not. Especially because it was a group that was supposedly built off of empathy for others' struggles. So if it was built off of that, it should be very easy.
I think I have to go back.
Not to spin a narrative, but to continue sharing the narrative of what's going on and getting people on your side. But it's gone the opposite way.
Yeah.
And, you have to equip a PKE meter. There's something to scan around here somewhere. And it's not just because everyone's a racist. Like, you really think all the black people who are now against Black Lives Matter are racist against black people?
That's what they'll spin. They'll call them names.
Internalized oppression or whatever?
I know a couple of names they'll call them.
Okay.
Wow.
That is, hey, look right up. There was something above you in there. I guess not. Sorry, I saw that weird thing. That is something I've noticed, too, is, like, it'll always be, like, you have to get, you have to get down there and turn that. They'll do that, too. Like, have you noticed how quickly these same people, like the Black Lives Matter and the types who are very... Go over to that hole. This way. Keep going. There's a hole in the wall where you can shoot it and
There's
pull.
a hole in the wall. It's a dirty free-for-all.
Wow, it's racist.
Nice. That's a hoe in the wall.
Oh, okay.
That's where you find a glory hole. No, you don't jump over. You just shoot down there, I think, and pull it.
Oh, okay.
Can you do that?
Can you equip your PKE meter and scan something?
Why isn't it working? Okay. Here we go.
It wants you to equip your PKE meter here. Is there something to scan? I don't know. Maybe we should let Nate play.
Why?
Well, just because I feel like you're missing scannables.
Well, there aren't any.
There's a scannable somewhere.
Well, we can look for it after I'm done doing this.
Okay. The point that I was getting to with all of that is, like, a lot of the times those people turn on each other and themselves, and they'll be the first ones to call, like, another black person the animal shortened term that means raccoon.
Right.
I'm not saying it because, like, it is
Or-
a racist term.
Okay, I
Or
can
like
figure it
the-
out.
Uncle Tom
Yeah.
type stuff. Yeah, I mean, they'll be the first one. Like, if you're not 100% on board with something they do, it means you're a traitor.
Right.
And you know what? You know what it is when white people do that? It's called white supremacy.
Yep.
When you say, like, well, you're not for the whites, it's like, why would I be? I'm just for people being treated decently.
Literally,
I'm
like,
not for
that's
the
the important
whites.
thing here.
Like,
Yeah.
like that's the thing is, like, when I look at an issue, it's not like, how will this help the whites? Like, I don't look at things like that. We're not like baseball teams, you know? It's just like,
What does that mean with baseball team?
well, like, we're not like, oh man, it's like we got the Red Sox and we've got the Twins. It's like, I gotta vote for a team here. It's just I want
okay.
everybody to be treated fairly. Wait, there's stairs over
there's
there.
stairs over there.
Stairs.
Go down the stairs.
Jill
over
missed
there.
them completely.
I didn't see them.
What a complete idiot.
Stop being mean to me, you poopy butt.
Whoa,
Got
him.
me. Ow, that was my nip.
Yeah, your nipple deserves to be bitten.
Whoa.
I guess my point with all of that is people look at these things very without lack of better terms and jokes intended, black and white.
Do you think Johnny
Right.
Depp lost the tip of his nipple to
Did
Amber
you know
Heard
that
too?
historically hedge mazes are designed to conceal a secret shortcut?
Did you know that Johnny Depp would have experienced the head of his peen if I was Amber Heard?
Try using it to open the
He
door.
would have experienced
Yeah,
it?
he's a handsome man.
Oh, okay.
Use the crank.
He can't use the crank. So that was
Nice.
the solution. It's just we had to come down here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, wait, maybe it's in here. Oh, we're getting closer.
Somewhere over there.
That did it. The door's wide open.
There's enemy.
Well, the enemy can wait. I'm doing a scannable thing.
Oh, scan
what
that,
is
scan
that?
that, scan it, don't kill it. Nice, got it. Spirit guide. Nice.
Good.
Okay.
That's good. Keep working.
Anyways,
Man,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's...
getting slimed is the last
To me, it's
thing
kind
you
of pathetic, I guess, because...
Pathetic.
Yeah, it's kind of pathetic because... I guess my point is I don't really get why everyone thinks everyone's on a team. And, like, everything you do has to be for that team.
No, don't go up the
the
stairs. Keep going
scannable's
that
over
way.
there.
I'm trying to get rid of this thing so I don't get, like, mauled.
That makes sense.
And it's like, oh, you don't do every single possible thing that we think, therefore you hate us.
Yeah, you're not furthering the team.
And it's like,
Therefore, you're a traitor.
and I guess my problem is, my problem with Black Lives Matter has they have gotten to the point now where politically, socially, whatever other word you want to throw in there, have gotten to the point where that is associated with black people, right? And it's to the point where they can do anything they want. And if you say, well, hey, why did you spend all those millions of dollars doing this thing? It's now to the point where it's like, oh, you hate black people?
I think the only thing is the slime thing that you can scan. But we've already scanned that before.
I don't know. There, that. What was that?
Oh, the squirrel thing?
Yeah, cursed artifact.
Oh, cool.
Stuffed bear.
So that's
Press
what
the
it was.
I
artifact
didn't even
button.
see that.
Anguished stuffed bear.
Their origin is this ratty old stuffed bear is not known, but its paranormal behavior, the emitting of an off-putting, though strangely compelling, cry of anguish, has been periodically heard since the day it was removed from Klau's Museum of Taxidermic Curiosities
Huh.
in December 1867.
That's interesting. So, yeah, I don't know. That's my only problem with it, is
Other way.
it's just kind of like, it's gotten to the point where, like, you can't, it's like they're a perfect thing.
Right.
And if you ever even consider calling anything out on them, it's like you now instantly are the biggest racist person ever. And it's like, well, why can't we just sit there and be like, yeah, maybe don't do this?
Well, yeah, a criticism of them is a criticism of the people group.
Yeah, and
Which it shouldn't be.
That's kind of pathetic.
Right.
Because now
this thing working?
now they can do no wrong is kind of what I'm getting at. Meaning they can spend those donation money to buy a $6 whatever million mansion.
Do you not need to do this? Did you
Maybe
only need
not.
to do one?
I thought you needed to do both.
I would have thought so too. Yeah, and if you call that out, you're calling out black people, not the movement.
Yeah, and that's
dumb.
That's kind of what I was getting at. That's just stupid. There should be nothing that's above criticism,
Except me.
except you.
Yeah, but what about that one person who died and then, it was a really big, terrible thing? Doesn't that person deserve justice?
By them
Yes.
buying a mansion?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Doesn't that person deserve justice by someone else buying a mansion?
That's
Did
how-
you think
and
of
then
that?
That's how
setting
it works.
businesses on fire.
Yeah, did you not think of that, Nate?
That's how it works.
That's the stairs.
Oh, hey,
Yeah,
why-
you have to go up the stairs. I think he has to go look at the door again.
I thought
Like
it
this
was
door?
the door upstairs.
It is the door upstairs. So I'm saying I think he has to go up the stairs and look at the door again that we were doing all of this to open.
Well, you confused him and he went towards that door.
Like, why are we all so dumb? This is like a child's game, isn't it?
No,
But it's unprofessional, so
Look,
therefore...
it's open.
it's for teenagers.
Hey,
Therefore,
it's
hard.
Leggett from Fallout New Vegas.
Why are they crowding the doorway? Okay.
Yeah, that'll work.
Scan that.
I take it we're not welcome. Yeah?
Can I
There's a
scan
I'm gonna get
this
us all names that
phenomenon
say,
down here?
Hello, I'm not welcome. Or maybe t-shirts or coffee mugs.
I like Winston's jokes.
Winston's the best.
Winston's funny.
See if you can touch that fountain.
Winston is legitimately probably the most entertaining Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
I guess
And yet
not.
they do nothing with him.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
Hey, I like that picture. That's probably a developer. If you turn, that probably looks like a developer that they put in the game.
I like how you just killed him. And you know what's funny to me? This is not like a... Someone's going to say that it is, but he gives me... Wait, what about the bookcase over there? Can you destroy that? He gives me Eddie Murphy vibes, like when he makes jokes and stuff. Like he kind of comes off like...
Just the same type of humor, you mean?
Yeah, the same type of humor and like very clever
Yeah.
and witty. And I don't know, like I guess...
Alyssa, I see her.
You and me both. She's wearing just a simple terry cloth robe. And she's brought me coffee.
That's her, all right. Spitting image.
The resemblance is uncanny. This is Ivo Shandor's mother, painted in 1885.
Wait. What? Alyssa is a Shandor?
Why does this always happen to me? I meet a girl, she's crazy about me, but she always turns out to be some kind of unbelievable fixer-upper.
This is all making sense. Alyssa must have inadvertently triggered the mandala because she has Shandor blood.
And she doesn't know it. When I did her profile, she told me she was adopted.
Some coincidence, huh?
You don't really believe this happened by accident.
No. Someone must have known and set this up.
The mayor did say that Peck personally recommended Alyssa to be the guest curator of the Gozer exhibit.
Once a peck, always a peck.
Shandor must have
She looks like
employed
Keira
hundreds of
Knightley.
workers for
Yeah, she's
years
hot.
to build this place.
The supports are waterlogged, the mortar is decrepit, and the foundation is shattered. In purely physical terms, there's no way all this can still be standing.
You sound like you're surprised.
No, not really. It's beautiful in a horrific way.
You can't deny the pure genius of Shandor. It's a pity that it was all used for evil. He would have just channeled some of it for good. For things he could have done.
Not really do that.
Okay.
You haven't been playing very long.
Well, I just didn't want to be like the only one that plays the game if someone else wanted to play.
Do you want me to play a
Well,
little?
I played
I'll
for
play.
like
If you want to
15
play,
minutes.
sure.
I'll play some.
So what were you saying before?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, nothing. We just, we made fun of Black Lives Matter and we moved
No,
on.
you said, did we ever find that one thing? And then you were like, oh, wait, I'll wait until they're done talking.
I don't remember what it was, but I did want to talk about the Electoral College. Nate, what are your thoughts on that? Should it be, as a historian, should the state rights outweigh the individual's rights?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually.
I'm interested. I want to hear why.
Because if it wasn't the case, then
Oh, yeah?
you would basically just have like 5 to 10 cities in the United States picking it for everything.
Right, but is it the city or is it the individuals in the United States picking it?
It's the city though, because that's where the population centers are. And before the people in the cities like cry about this,
I'm not reading this, but I find it interesting.
I actually have like an example from this. So not really a specific example, but if you look at
I installed a dictatorship in Cuba using cities to set it up.
but if you look at politics, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm talking just general politics. It can be state politics, it can be federal politics, whatever. If you look at politics and you look at the issues or whatever that the politicians from the cities bring to the floor, like for debates to put into bills and stuff like that, right? It's all stuff that affects city people. Mm-hmm. Because that's what they care about.
Right, because that's where they live.
Right. And an example of this is the people that want a lot of electric cars. Well, the thing is, electric cars are something that they can be a very good thing. This can be the future of cars, but the city politicians want to just get rid of electric cars. Because they're like, well, it's just better, it's more efficient, all this stuff,
Wait,
right?
you mean they just want to get rid of original
Or
cars?
original cars and replace them with electric cars.
Right, like California.
Yeah, get up the other two people. But the thing is, here's the thing. As of right now, an electric car can get how many miles before you have to?
300?
Before you have to charge it again. The charging takes 30 minutes to an hour to get a full charge.
I'm not an expert on this, but that probably is true.
The thing is,
The people in the country would not be able to feasibly do it.
well, here's
Right,
the
you're
thing.
saying it.
Here's the thing. If you're in the cities, right? If you live in, I don't know, Chicago, for example, and your work is 5 blocks down from your house, your friends all live in the cities, your life is in the cities, an electric car would be the best thing ever for you. You would only have to charge it once a month, basically, because you're driving just down the block.
Well, if you never go anywhere for recreation.
Exactly.
I guess.
Like your life is here in the city. Why wouldn't you want an electric car? In fact, I would say go buy an electric car. It probably would be amazing. Do you know the people that don't want electric cars? The people that are not in the cities that have to travel 40 miles to either work or whatever every day. The people that live out in the countries. Truckers or people that have to drive out of state for them. They're not going to want to sit there and spend an hour charging their car every 200 or 300 miles. Why would they want to do that?
Well, it's inefficient for the companies they're driving for.
Exactly.
too.
And
eventually this won't be an issue.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
When they fix the electric cars so that they can travel for a longer pace and charge faster, I am all for electric vehicles. Mm-hmm. But
They'd also have to be more affordable.
Right.
They're kind of expensive.
They are very expensive.
Even the cheaper Teslas is a pretty expensive upfront cost. And you know what's funny? Elon already made them at a loss.
Right.
Well,
That's what's interesting is
Right.
they're not making tons of money off of it.
I think what Nate's trying to say, though, is the bigger picture is that a lot of these politicians don't care about people who aren't just in the cities. They don't care about the people living in the country and the hardships
Yeah,
they face.
they don't.
Yeah,
And,
I understand that. I agree.
and
I was just... I'm sorry.
well,
No, you were saying it to me.
I'm just saying
Part of the job.
that's why I don't like this electoral college. People are like, well, this is where all the people are. Yeah, the people don't care about the farmers sitting outside of the city of Chicago.
Which are the backbone of our society. at
Yeah,
this point.
do you think people in Chicago give any amount of crap about anyone living outside of Chicago and Illinois? They don't. Their life is in Chicago. Everything they ever could want is in Chicago. So why would they care about some dumb farmer down south in Illinois? Well, I'm just speaking in the minds of them.
Well, they're
And it's and I guess in a perfect world,
Check this
I'll
joint.
talk after this.
Unless my sensory array is malfunctioning, that is definitely the place we're looking for.
Hey, where'd the caddy go? Yo, cool breeze. Come on out.
Peter, behind you.
No! Get back! Take your imaginary hands off me, man!
No, there's too many.
Egon! They got Egon! Bring him back here! Kid, help us! Okay, you need to get to the others so you can help them. Please be careful. You don't know what we're dealing with here. But it sounds big. When big things attack, it hurts.
Okay, well,
Whee!
we're down in the country. The whole population is up in the city.
Gonna get ourselves some southern ghosts!
So I guess what I'm trying to say is, in a perfect world, I would say we should have a population vote for the president.
You're saying everyone's empathetic and
Yeah, in a perfect world, if you go out and vote for a president or whatever, your vote should just count for your vote. But my problem is it's not in a perfect world, and the people who live in the cities don't care at all about the stuff that people in the country want, and the people in the country don't care at all about the stuff in the city wants because it doesn't affect them. This is the exact reason why we have a representative democratic republic in our country for everything, for the states, for the federal government, for everything. It's so that if I'm out in the country, I can come into the White House or my state capital or whatever, and I can actually bring forward a point that I want and not feel like everyone else in the room has more authority and they're just going to be picking stuff that only city people care about.
Yeah, I actually made an entire essay about this my freshman year in like social sciences because I thought it was important. But at that point, me and like everybody else that I knew was very, very liberal and was like really against Trump. And then the Electoral College picked Trump, and everybody was like, "The Electoral College needs to die." But like, regardless of that, you know, the entire point of it is extremely important, especially since, you know, our country tries its best with the education system, but a lot of people are not as educated as they should be on politics and what is happening around them and how it can affect others, you know, and sometimes we need a representative who is informed to make some of these decisions based on what we want.
Yeah, and like just an example in Minnesota here, if you go up north in Minnesota, because a lot of the population is down in the Twin Cities, there is some population up in like Duluth and stuff like that. But if you go into like northwestern Minnesota or southwestern Minnesota, somewhere like there, yeah, there's not the population centers like there are in the Twin Cities, but there's still people out there. And if you drive around in the towns and stuff, some of those towns still have dirt roads. Well, I can tell you because as someone who kind of follows politics here in Minnesota, it has been years that people in the South have been petitioning to the Minnesota Congress to allocate money to get roads. And yet the people in Congress, because they're dominated by people in the cities, they don't care.
Yeah.
Because in the cities, they have roads. Yeah, some of them need to be fixed, but they have roads.
Similar thing in Maine. There was a lot of places in Maine that either had only dirt roads or had like really cracked, like really bad, dangerous roads.
Yeah.
And nobody would fix them.
I don't know where to go.
I'm not
here.
really sure where either.
This might be it. Can I say something though about this? Here's the problem, because I agree with you. And Jill acted like I didn't agree. I do agree, and I
No, I do.
understand the
I knew
point.
you were agreed. I was just bringing it back around to the point.
Those representatives, how do I say this? For that system to work, those representatives also have to not be self-serving, and the problem is most of them are.
Yeah.
Right.
And they already are only working for themselves, and even if they weren't, the representatives, have you noticed, in country parts of the U.S. and other parts that are not high population density, are considered to not matter as much, not in terms of votes, but in terms of what they bring up. Like, if you look at who's taken more seriously, it's almost always the representatives from...
Oh, let's read that.
I'm not going to read it right now. From bigger places, because that's where the tax money comes from. That's where the population centers are. So you can say, well, it needs to be run this way so that we can avoid that, but that's already still a thing even now.
Right.
And maybe it would be even worse. I'm not arguing it wouldn't be, but my point is that for that logic to fully manifest itself and work, I feel like you have to have also empathetic represent.
We're going that way.
I just came from that way.
Oh, there was another way though, I thought.
Jill, I came from the left. I went right.
Sorry.
Look at this T. That's the way I went. This is where I came from. Do you see this?
I thought because there was two different.
No, I know, so I'm heading left.
Sorry.
This is the other way. I'm getting really mad because this area is really annoying, and if you turn me around, I'm going to have no clue where I'm going. No offense. I'm not mad at you, I'm mad at the game. Because, like, now there's a way here, and this way circumvented this wall. So if I get turned around, I'm going to end up back over there not knowing where this is again. Do you get what I mean?